You want to know which special captain has given me the most Krakens in this game? Then keep watching. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Normal Guy of the North, and today we're heading to the Mediterranean, to the warm waters of the Italian coast, for a closer look at one of Italy's most decorated and battle-hardened naval officers, Luigi Sansonetti. From a young academy recruit in Livorno, I think I had that right, hopefully, to leading Italian cruiser squadrons in some of the fiercest naval clashes of World War II. Sansonetti's life was one of relentless duty, discipline, and action, and in World of Warships, his commander talents make him a deadly force, if you know how to use them right. So let's dive into the history and the gameplay impact and how to get most of this legendary Italian seawolf. Sansonetti was born in Rome in 1888, and by the age of 17, he had already committed himself to the naval path and to the Italian Naval Academy in Livorno. He graduated in 1908 as a sub-lieutenant, and quickly proved himself during the Italo-Turkish War of 1911 and 1912. There he led a company of sailors ashore during landings at Tripoli and earned the Bronze Medal of Military Valor for his leadership under fire. By World War I, Sansonetti was serving aboard battleships and commanding torpedo boats in the Adriatic, showing early promise of a tactician and a frontline officer. Fast forward to the 1930s, he steadily climbed the ranks, commanding destroyer flotillas, serving in government naval offices, and eventually taking command of the heavy cruiser Fiume. I don't know if I got that right. One of Italia's most advanced ships, just in time for the Spanish Civil War. Then came World War II. When Italy entered the war in June of 1940, Sansonetti was in command of the 7th Cruiser Division, flying his flag from the light cruiser Eugenio di Savoia. I love pasta, can't speak it. Just a month later, July 9th, he led a division into the Battle of Calabria, a large-scale clash with the British Mediterranean Fleet. From there, his career accelerated. He took command of the 3rd Cruiser Division aboard the Trieste, participating in the Battle of Cape Spartivino. Like I said, love pasta. Helped defend Taranto from British carrier raids and saw action at Cape Matapan. Yeah, I think I got that one right. One of the most significant Mediterranean naval engagements of the war. On a personal note, his son Vito served aboard the destroyer Vittorio Alfieri, that's one of the destroyers in the game, I think, which was tragically sunk during the Battle of Cape Matapan in March of 1944. Though taken prisoner, Vito survived and was eventually released after the fall of Greece. After stepping down from Sea Command in 1941, Sansonetti played a pivotal role in shaping Italian's naval strategy as Deputy Chief of Staff. He was instrumental in organizing convoys to North Africa, a lifeline for the Axis forces during the Desert Campaign. When Italy signed the armistice with the Allies in 1943 and Germany launched Operation Arche, I think it was? Yeah, it was, no, Aish, I think that's what it is. Sansonetti refused to collaborate. As Rome fell, he made a difficult journey south to Brindisi, where he resumed his naval duties under the reorganized government. In 1944, he became president of the High Council of the Navy, serving until 1951. Sadly, Sansonetti passed away in 1959 after a fall from a horse, but his legacy, both in history and in World of Warships, lives on. Alright, that's the man. As we'd say in my days in the RCN, the Royal Canadian Navy, that boy had a career. What do you guys think? I think I pretty much nailed all those Italian names. What do you think? I think I did pretty good. But you know what? Leave me a comment down below if you agree or disagree. Now let's talk actually about the commander himself. If you're playing Italian cruisers or even battleships or destroyers, Sansonetti offers a unique toolkit that rewards both bold, aggressive, and skillful play. Let's go over his special talents and enhanced skills and talk about how to trigger them for the maximum effect. First up, Conceal Reserves. This talent kicks in after you score 100 main battery hits, which isn't hard to do in a fast-firing Italian cruiser or even a battleship. Once activated, it extends the duration of all consumables by plus 10%, so your smoke, engine boost, and defensive AA will last a bit longer. Great for survivability and sustained pressure. Next, we've got Far Reach. This one activates once per battle when you destroy an enemy ship, and in return, your main battle range increases by 8%. That can be the edge you need to kite more safely or land extra hits late in the game. Finish someone up, and you become the long arm of the Italian Mafia. That one skill is great on Julio Zer. And finally, his most powerful talent, the Rapid Fire. This one takes some doing. You need to earn Confederate achievement, which means damaging at least 6 different enemy ships, but the payoff is massive. A minus 15% reload time on your main battery guns for the rest of the battle. It's a game-changing buff if you can earn it. And if you're in a ship like the Venezia, the Napoli, it's very possible. Also brings 2 enhanced standard skills to the table. First of all, Swift Fish. gives your torpedoes a plus 7% speed boost, slightly better than the regular 5%. That's a nice bonus, especially for Italian destroyers or cruisers with narrow spreads. I'm looking at you, Paolo Emilio. And gun feeder is where it gets spicy. Sansonetti gets a 60% faster shell type switch instead of the usual 40%. Perfect for cruisers that love to alternate between SAP and AP depending on the target. So how should you use Sansonetti? He's best on Italian cruisers that combine high volume of fire, smoke screens, and tactical mobility. Ships like Amalfi, Venezia, Napoli, or Taranto all benefit from his talent, especially when you lean into gunfire damage and opportunistic kills. You can also use him for battleships or destroyers, but his talent really shines in cruisers that can reliably hit multiple targets and chain kills mid to late game. He's fantastic in the Julio's there. That's my Kraken boat, people. That's where I get most of my Krakens from. And he's great in the Paolo Emilio and the other destroyer lines. Awesome. Built around main battery reload, consumable uptime, and torpedo speed, if you're using hybrids or DDs, and don't be afraid to go for that Confederate metal, rapid fire can swing the entire battle. Rapid fire is fantastic on the Paolo Emilio. So where do you get them? Well, you go to the Army, you go to containers, select on premium containers, and it's called the Resolute and Rapid. Luigi Sansonetti was a career officer, a strategist, and a frontline warrior. He fought in 3 major conflicts, commanded Italian's most advanced warships, and helped guide the Navy through one of the most chaotic eras. And in World of Warships, he rewards for you for bold play, aggressive shooting, and smart consumable use. If you're looking for a captain that plays off every action you take, Sansonetti is your man. I love him personally. But hey, as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more naval history and gameplay deep dives, and let me know in the comments who's your favorite unique captain, because I'm going to keep going and doing this. But as always, take care, stay safe, wish you all the best. Bye for now.